Hello everyone, this is Damon with PixNub Software, and for this video I'm going to be discussing the contract settings in the mask cleanup section of Easy Green Screen 6.5 in the HTML panel. Now in the normal Easy Green Screen extraction settings, there is a setting for contracting the mask. I've disabled that when I did this extraction just to show you that you've also got post-extraction ability to do that as well. So what this is going to do is defringe the edge of your mask. Now you can see that this has got a gray border on it. If I undo the spill correction, it may be hard to see on the video, but you can see that's now a dark green fringe. The green screen wasn't very bright in this image, and so it's kind of got that dark outline. And what happens is the color from the green screen mixes with the color from the clothing or skin on the edges. And even if you correct for the color spill, you're often left with that area being too bright or too dark. And it depends on the background color you're using too. So if I turn this background on here, we're not going to see that fringe. But as you see, if we make the background brighter, that fringe comes into clear view. So the only thing you need to do to fix that is use this mask cleanup, and there's the option for 1 or 2 pixels, so I'll demonstrate both. We just contract by 1 pixel. You see that it got some of it but not all. I'm going to Control Z to undo that. And going with 2 pixels, you can see that that completely removes that fringe. Now one thing to keep in mind is that when you use that, it's going to also defringe or contract the hair, which you may not want because you may lose detail. So let's move this against a darker background because it'll be easier to see the blonde hair against that. It actually doesn't look too bad, but I'm going to show you what you could do if it contracted more of your hair than you wanted. When you extract with Easy Green Screen 6.5, it's going to give you a history state, and it's going to put the history brush in that history state. And what the history brush does is remembers how the image was at that point in the history. So if you go into the foreground mask and grab your history brush, it's the one with the kind of the back arrow thing. I guess the back arrow is for history. So, and we just paint over inside that foreground mask. You see how it's bringing more detail back in the hair? That's because it's putting the mask back to the state it was when we first extracted. So I'm actually going to undo the history brush. Let's go into the mask just so we can look at it. This is a real handy tool that a lot of people don't use, but it's really beneficial. So you can see the hair here, and you can see that the hair had some of the effects of the contracting the mask. But once we brush it back in, and I'll just demonstrate here because if I go back to the Easy Green Screen history state, I need to go into the mask here. So if I go here, now we're at the history right when Easy Green Screen extracted. And if we go to our history brush, I want you to watch this here. Oh, shoot. Okay, so let's watch this again. So notice, watch the ear. That's going to contract in, but the hair isn't. So this technique is good for contracting the mask in the image, but then you can brush back in and undo that effect. I hope that part made sense. Anyways, if it didn't, watch the video again and try it. The contract mask, the main thing is it defringes the edge, and you can use the history brush to brush back in or brush the effect back off. Anyways, thanks for watching, and if you're interested at all in Easy Green Screen, please be sure to visit our website. That is pixnub.com.